Did you know that most people spend about 47% of their waking hours thinking about something other than what they're doing? That means nearly half of your day is spent in distraction. Imagine what could happen if you focused all that mental energy on your own creativity. Here's a shocking fact. The average person checks their phone 96 times a day. That's almost once every 10 minutes. With all these distractions, it's no wonder creativity feels hard to find. But here's the good news. Creativity thrives in silence and solitude. The more you quiet your mind, the easier it is to access your creative potential. In this video, we'll show you how focusing on yourself and embracing silence can unlock your creativity in ways you never imagined. From simple strategies to powerful habits, we'll guide you through the process of shutting out the noise and tuning into your own mind. Ready to discover how silence can make you more creative than ever? Let's dive in. Chapter 1. Unlock the quiet genius within. It's easy to get caught up in the rush of life, but creativity requires space. The most innovative ideas often come when you stop trying to think of them. The writer and philosopher Tim Parks says, "Creativity arises from silence, from thinking without intention." You don't need to constantly force yourself into action. Instead, give your mind the freedom to wander and explore. Sometimes, the best way to unlock creativity is to do nothing at all. Research shows that your brain is most active when it's not trying to focus on a specific task. This state is called default mode, and it happens when you're in a relaxed, mind-wandering state. A study from Harvard found that daydreaming can improve problem-solving and help you generate new ideas. So, next time you feel stuck, try sitting in silence and letting your mind drift. You might be surprised at what comes to you. Chapter 2. Drown out the noise, amplify your ideas. Our brains are constantly bombarded with distractions. Studies show that we check our phones 96 times a day on average. This constant flow of information makes it harder to focus and even harder to be creative. If you want to tap into your creative potential, you need to drown out the noise. Try setting aside time each day to unplug completely. Turn off your phone, close your computer, and step away from the distractions. In these quiet moments, you'll give your mind the space it needs to make connections and come up with fresh ideas. Research by the University of California found that people are 40% more creative when they have uninterrupted time to think. Creativity often thrives in solitude. Steve Jobs was known to take long, silent walks to stimulate his thinking. He once said, "Creativity is just connecting things." Sometimes, to make those connections, you need the peace and quiet to let your mind wander freely. Chapter 3. The art of listening. Your mind's best friend. Creativity doesn't always come from doing. Sometimes, it comes from listening. When we think of creativity, we often imagine action, painting, writing, designing. But listening is just as important. It's through listening to your thoughts, feelings, and inner voice that you can uncover new ideas. Studies show that mindfulness, the practice of being fully present in the moment, can boost creativity by helping you focus your attention. When you listen to your inner thoughts without judgment, you create space for new ideas to emerge. A study in the Journal of Experimental Psychology found that people who practice mindfulness are better at solving creative problems. When you focus on truly listening to your own thoughts, you tap into a deeper level of creativity. Think of it like this. The most profound ideas often arise from the quiet moments where you're simply paying attention. If you're finding this video helpful, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on more tips for unlocking your creativity. Chapter 4. The silence of action. Doing less, creating more. Creativity isn't always about being busy. In fact, the more you try to force creativity, the harder it becomes. One of the most effective strategies for boosting creativity is actually doing less. When you give yourself permission to rest, you allow your brain to process information and come up with new ideas. The power of silence can work wonders on your creativity. Take a walk. Sit in nature. Meditate. Research shows that 20-minute breaks can actually help improve your focus and creativity. It's during these quiet moments that your brain makes connections and forms new ideas. So, stop trying to fill every second with activity. Sometimes, doing nothing is the most productive thing you can do. Creativity is a balance. You need action, but you also need rest. One of the best ways to foster creativity is to create time for both. It's in the stillness that the mind begins to refresh and reconnect with its creative power. Chapter 5. Dive deep into your mind's ocean. Meditation isn't just for relaxation, it's a powerful tool for unlocking creativity. When you meditate, you calm the chatter of your mind and focus your attention inward. This process of quieting the mind opens the door to new ideas. A study by the University of California found that mindfulness meditation increased participants' creativity by allowing them to think outside the box. By practicing mindfulness, you train your mind to focus and tune out distractions, making it easier to access creative ideas. Start small. Just 5 minutes of meditation a day can help clear your mind and open up space for creativity. Try focusing on your breath, letting go of all the noise around you. As you practice, you'll begin to notice that ideas flow more freely and creatively when you embrace silence and stillness. Chapter 6. The Power of Solitude. Where innovation is born, solitude often gets a bad rap. People think it's lonely or unproductive. But some of the greatest minds in history found their most creative ideas in solitude. Albert Einstein once said, "The monotony and solitude of a quiet life stimulates the creative mind." Creativity often requires space, and solitude provides the perfect environment for deep thinking. Studies have shown that spending time alone can boost creativity. In a study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, researchers found that people who spent time alone were more creative than those who worked in groups. Solitude allows you to connect with your own thoughts and ideas without being influenced by others. Think about it. Some of the most innovative ideas come from people who spent time alone, away from the crowd. J.K. Rowling wrote the first Harry Potter book in a small cafe, sitting alone. She often credits her time of solitude as key to her creative process. By embracing silence and spending time alone, you can tap into your deepest well of creativity. Solitude isn't about isolation, it's about creating the space for your mind to grow, explore, and innovate. Don't forget to subscribe for more creative tips and strategies. We'll continue exploring how silence and solitude can transform your creative process. Thanks for watching.